India's electricity demand is touching record highs and it's only going to climb further.
From 24/7 power for every home to metros, EV charging factories, and mega infrastructure projects, the country's growth runs on electricity consumption. But electricity doesn't magically appear in our homes or offices. It travels miles from faraway power plants, through transmission lines into city grids, and finally to every socket we use. And the invisible lifeline making this journey possible are cables, the arteries of modern India. At the heart of this backbone is Prime Cable Industries, a company that has quietly earned the trust of India's power sector for decades. Now, for the next generation, Nikunj and Naman, taking the legacy forward through an IPO, let's explore how Prime Cable is gearing up to power India's next phase of growth. So, sir, please tell us more about Prime Cables. What exactly does the company do?
So Prime Cables is basically into manufacturing of wires and cables. So these wires and cables are the veins and the nerves of the whole power infrastructure system. So we at Prime Cable, are manufacturing the lifeline of the whole power system, that is, carrying the current to an household or a factory or an office. So what happens is that the electricity is generated at a power plant. It could be somewhere in Rajasthan, but हो सकता है उसका requirement बॉम्बे में किसी ऑफिस में हो electricity का. So there is a journey of that electricity traveling from Rajasthan to Mumbai, and that is done through different insulations, different HT lines, different transformers, different substations. So that is where these wires and cables are used. So these wires and cables are carrying the current that is from the generation plant to the consumption level. That could be an office in Mumbai or somewhere else. So that is what we are manufacturing. We are manufacturing the lifeline that is carrying the current throughout the country. So 60% of this network is working on the LT power and control cables. So basically Prime Cables USP is into manufacturing of all types of LT cables. That could be power cables, that could be control cables, that could be instrumentation cable, that could be aerial bunch cables, or any specialized cables that a client could require anywhere in India. So that is what we are manufacturing.
A lot of people say that cables are a commoditized product. What is your take on it?
So commercialized products are those products which are perceived as same. So given a PrimeCab is making or XYZ is making, it's same for them. But what we do, we make specialized products. So so a control cable manufactured by us can be different according to different clients. So if a control cable is used in Jammu Kashmir, though they would want that control cable to operate at a minus 20 degrees Celsius. Similarly, if it is used somewhere in the south where the temperature can go up to 45 degrees or 50 degrees, so we are able to make those cables as well. So we are able to make cables till 150 degrees Celsius, and we can make even water resistant cables and fire retardant cables.
Got it. So what do you think makes Prime Cables different from other competitors in this industry?
So the amount of approvals that we have and the diverse client base that we have and the ability to serve those the database and the client base, that is our USP. We are Prime Cable are approved in 14 states. So for each and every approval, you need to submit a file with the particular state electricity board, and they do an audit of your manufacturing unit. They do audit of your cables that you manufacture at your quality lab. Plus, you need some performance certificates also that आपने ये केबल कितने utilities को या कहाँ पे कितने सालों तक provide करी. So the years of experience you add to it, the more approvals you can get in the industry. So we have been in the industry since like last 2 decades now. So the amount of approvals that we have around the country, makes us stand out.
So what is the significance of these approvals?
So to enter any utility board in India, you need to have an approval. So without the approval, any electricity board won't purchase cable. It can be done through open tenders, but those also have some pre-qualification requirements around the performance, around the technical specs. As Naman told you, there is a cable tender or a purchase happening in Jammu and Kashmir. So their board, electricity board, would be purchasing cables for them for the use. So they would require a performance certificate. So that is what we have at Prime Cable. And the approvals we have around the 14 states we are approved, we are working with the major Navratna companies, NTPC, GAIL, PGCIL, NHAI. So we're working with all of them as well.
That's very interesting.
Moreover, we are making cables with utmost quality. So because we have our in-house design lab and in-house testing facility, which is NABL accredited. So the client is getting cables which can be of trust, and those are built to last. So अगर एक client को cable मिला है तो उसको पता है कि prime cap का cable लगाया तो the life is 25 years, तो 25 years से पहले उस cable को कुछ नहीं हो रहा है.
So if you could tell me in detail about your business operations and revenue generation.
So we're manufacturing wires and cables at 2 units. One is in Delhi and one is in Dhilo, Rajasthan, where we are right now. So around total capacity of both the units would be around 34,000 kilometers of cables and wires.
Okay.
We're manufacturing every type of LT cables in both the units with a state-of-the-art machineries and lab. Every process that we do is in-house from scratch, and every process has a testing requirement, and that is followed at both the units with the enable in-house lab with manufacturing the highest level of quality cables. So both the units are self-reliant, and when we talk about the business sourcing, so major revenue is coming from government, where government is the end client. That is approximately 80% of the revenue.
Okay.
And further, when we dissect that revenue, so approx 60% of revenue is coming from the government direct tenders,
Okay.
and balance 40% would be coming from the EPC players who are executing these government projects.
Got it. So sir, if you could take me through the process of how a cable is made and which different sectors these cables are supplied to.
So the cables and wires are made using raw metals like copper and aluminium. So we purchase rods of copper and aluminium. We break down in specific sizes as per the customer's requirement. Then through that metal we manufacture a conductor. So if it's just a conductor's order, then we supply it to the client post the testing and the required finished good testing. But if it's a cable, then we do a process called insulation using XLPE or PVC or a specialized compound. And if it's a single core cable, then that's it. If it's a multi-core cable, then it's laid up. All 3.5 core or 3 core or 4 core are laid up together.
Okay.
Then one more PVC is put up on the laid up cable, and we do armoring also adding to it, basically to provide a robust armor to the cable. And then at the last, we put up one more PVC or a specialized compound as per the client's technical specification, and our brand's name, ISA mark, and the meter marking is done on the last layer of the PVC that we have put up on the cable. And throughout this process, our testing team is roughly involved in each and every stage of the manufacturing of cable, and it has to be tested at each process.
Okay. Yes. That's interesting.
Right. So, and the follow-up question that you asked, that what sectors are we catering to? So we're catering to the entire power sector, that is power generation, whether power is generated through solar, through coal, through thermal, through hydro, or even through nuclear fission.
Okay.
Then we are present across transmission and distribution utilities as well. And moreover, we're serving to oil and gas, we're serving to steel plants, we're serving to chemical plants, supplying to all the real estate companies, etc. So we're also covering more than 500 EPCs that are working in the industry right now. From Siemens, L&T, Schneider, ABB, Godrej.
Okay.
We are working with almost every EPC that is working in the country. So
That's really interesting.
and as you can see, a solar we're seeing numerous solar companies now. So every solar IPP is our client, and they're buying solar cables, they're buying power cables, they're buying capital resources.
So how big is this market and what potential do you see?
So the cable market in total is almost 1 lakh crore as of FY24, and is projected to grow at a CAGR of more than 20%. So by FY30, this TAM would double up to 2 lakh crore, and by FY33, this should be across 3 lakh crores. And if I talk about the low voltage segment, so almost 60% of the market is low voltage, and 30% is medium voltage, and rest 10% is high voltage and extra high voltage. So right now, as you guys know, that we are into the low voltage segment that covers the 60% of the market segment that the total the market size is. And with the IPO proceeds, we are planning to enter into the medium voltage as well. So in the next financial year, we'll be covering the 90% of the market size, which we'll be able to cater to.
So now that it's completed an IPO, could you give us a breakdown on where the funds will be utilized for?
So from the IPO proceeds, what we are planning is that we will be setting up a new manufacturing unit in Giloth only, where the existing unit is. So we have already procured the land, and we'll be setting up a medium voltage cable manufacturing unit. We'll be doing roughly around a 15 crore capex to set up the medium voltage plant, and we're also planning to give back a term loan that had already taken by Prime Cable Industries. So with that, we're repaying a term loan, and then we are using the balance funds for the working capital and GC.
So could you throw some light on the financials of Prime Cable?
So we have grown in the last 3 years significantly. So 3 years back, our top line was around 70 crores, and last year we did a top line of 140 crores with a PAT of around 7.5 crores. So moreover, adding to it that we are planning to improve the margins as well in the next few years, as we are coming up with a medium voltage segment. That is one area of the market where the competition is pretty less as compared to the low voltage segment. So in short, in the next 2-3 years, we are planning to project better margins and entering new states with the Sept.
So this brings me to my last and final question. If I leave you the next 5 years, where do you see Prime Cables?
So we see Prime Cables covering 100% market as a total addressable market by entering into the high voltage and extra high voltage also, if the things went smoothly from here on. Moreover, we see the presence of PrimeCab across India, pan-India. So whatever states we are not able to cater right now, we plan to get into those states as well. And we're planning to develop more products which are niche in category and specialized products that can be use of exports also to the export market.
That sounds amazing. Thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.